Alrighty, I got another scoop from 2022 coming on up. 10K High Roller, Bountaroo, Darwin, Small Rock Flock, Alex Chappelle, Calix, Bountaroo, Malika Style, Darwin, I'll say again, European, Aurelio. What the hell's going on here? Playboy, the big stack with 78 bigs and pocket fives to start things off. Ripping it in. Woo woo. Bountaroo says the rest of you try your best. Holy shit. Who's he wishing good lucks to? Good lucks. Anyways, we just move along. The pocket fives get it through pre-flop. Alex Chappelle can't call off the king 10 for 22 bigs. That's way too much, buddy. Moving along. We'll find the fold. Aurelio with the old king, ace jack. Nope, ace and a king. My bad. Holy shit, we're off to a poor start. Could always restart, but we're not going to. Playboy with the glitch, 200,000 chips sitting in front of them. Clicks in the big blind, ace 7-0. What are we gonna do? Could defend, could just let it go. Puts in the 3-bet. Holy shit. Wasn't expecting that. Ace and a king. All in for the ace and the king. Getting it through pre-flop. Nice little pot for Aurelio. 32 big blinds. So as we look around, see everybody's stack and whatnot, I see quite a few people hanging in there between 40 and 30 big blinds. Looks like 6 of the 9 players are in that situation. European slightly ahead of the 40 big blind stacks with a 49. Playboy well ahead of the rest of the pack with 80 bigs. And then Alex off 20. Only about 10 behind Smarok Flock. What's going on here? Pair of 9s. First Bountaroo's straight draw. The pots of brewing, a million chips out there. Bountaroo makes a pair of 8s on the river. That should slow him down. Goes check on the river. Clicks up to 50 big blinds. European, excuse me, with the old king jack. Nope, king queen. I saw Alex with the ace and the jack. Confused me a great deal. It sure did. Queen 9, 3 flop with 1 club. Alex comes along, picking up a straight draw on the turn. Any 8 or king. Without the club draw, Alex is going to have a hard time continuing on turns, though. European could put in a nice big bet size here. Oh, pretty small, actually. Medium size. Alex thinking about doing something crazy. Calling seems bad. Jamming seems worse, to be honest, even though you block the straight. European, ace and a king under the gun. Re-establish first place or second place position with that pot off of Alex. Now they're up to 58 bigs. Wow, how exciting. So, what should the old prediction look like today? I see Darwin, and I usually pick Darwin. Hard to go against Darwin, who's got 38 bigs. Out of position versus European, which pretty shitty. Pretty shitty deal. In position on Malika Style and Bountaroo. That's not an easy battle. I mean, which position on this final table would you like? I think I like Aurelio's position. It sucks to have Playboy to your left. That's very true, but I like having European and Darwin on my right. That seems like a pretty good spot. So maybe like Smarrock Flock might have the best position or something like this. He's in position on Aurelio. Still has Darwin and European to his right. I do like their spots, just based off the difficulty of the final table here. Darwin with ace 10, facing an early position raise. We'll just find the fold. Nicely done. Chappelle has 10s. Okay, I think I've landed on my very interesting pick. I'm going to go for Smarrock Flock. You know what, this pick isn't too interesting. I kind of talked out why. Sort of their positioning of the table. They might get to bully Alex a little bit blind on blind. It's not like Calix is an easy big blind to attack. But at least having some position on those monsters to the right, that seems like it's a pretty good deal. And I don't want to just pick the big ol' stack Playboy. I don't want to pick Calix. That would be a nice easy pick too. Because when you look at Calix's position, they're going to be able to put pressure on Bountaroo, Malika Style, and Darwin. And then Alex Chappelle, the shorty to their right, they aren't going to hear too much from. And you can raise Smarrock Flock. If Playboy gets in there, you'll hear it. And you can just avoid the pot. As Smarrock Flock flops top pair and the flush draw. Wow, that's a sentence, alright. European with a gutter to the 8. Overcard to the 7 as well. Smarrock Flock puts in the raise. It's pretty small. European, I don't think is going to come along, but that's a fair price. Not with the old 9-6 of hearts. Darwin with 9-10 suited. Aurelio with a 3-betting looking hand. The ace-5 suited. What do we do? Could call, could fold. Just hits the muck. Haven't heard too much from Darwin, so I suppose he got a little bit respect with his raise first in. Aurelio, don't do it, buddy. There you go. See Playboy in the cutoff, raising King 8-0, and then Smarrock Flock with Ace Queen. Could play call, could jam, could raise small. He's got some options. Folding seems awful. Plays call. Alex comes along. Queen high board. Good start for Smarrock. Pair of 8s for Playboy. Weird flop. Playboy checks the pair of 8s. Actions on Smarrock. Puts in a very tiny bet. The 5s will fold. King 8. Ugh. What a difficult spot they're in. Queen on the turn. Smarrock locks up the board. He's going to get the W. It's a matter of how can you get chips here. If you bet really small, doesn't it just look like a queen? If you bet really big, you could still have some bluffs. So the 420k size comes in. A little bit more than half pot. Not Bountaroo. Playboy finds a fold with the pair of 8s. With the king kicker, that's a nice fold there. I was thinking Playboy doesn't want to see another bet come in on the turn. No flush draw out there. Hard to have bluffs. Uh-oh, Smarrock's going to get caught here with the small 3-bet. Putting the pressure on Aurelio, who's got pocket jacks. I suppose he could play call, but this is just going to be an all-in. Quick fold from the king queen. Smarrock hanging in there, 34 bigs. Won a pot, lost the pot with a 3-bet. That's whatever, we move along. 2.4 mil. A couple of queen highs in the blinds. That's interesting. Malika Style. We'll play check and flop top pair. Bountaroo with the backdoor flush draw. The overcard to the 8. We'll check it over. Of course. What is he gonna do? Start bombing away? That would be one hell of a bluff. Would be bad timing. Do 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 do. Boundaroo escapes all the danger in the world and moves along. Calix has queen queen. What are they gonna do when they cut off? Facing an early position raise. They do just call. Not too surprised to see that. 8-6 deuce flop. No diamonds for European. Gonna be difficult to get paid by with the queens. The queens get no action. We move along. Alex with king queen suited puts in half their chips. Boundaroo should find a fold here, I think. Oh, we're gonna stick it in. Okay. What do I know? Ace 8 deuce flop. Oh, queen on the river. That'll do. I'm just kind of interesting with the 5-5. I've certainly done things like that myself before, and it feels like just like a spot to move along. Boundaroo. We're risking what, like 7 big blinds? If that? It is an interesting spot with the small pocket pair. Nonetheless, Boundaroo took the spot, lost the flip. We move along. Alex on 14 bigs. Boundaroo on 15. Malika style takes it down with the ace queen. Smaragd flock with the small pocket pair under the gun will let it go. European with the exact same pair. Surely we find a fold, right? Do we call? Do we go set mining? European is going set mining. No fours in the deck for him to hit. Top pair for Calix. European could go for some protection here. You do expect to see quite a bit of folds facing a raise. There's also a fair amount of floats. Give him a small size. Queen is still good, of course. There's no more fours. I already knew that. This is no sweat at all. European. Just check and give up. Time to move along. King on the river. Jack 10 gets there. European thinking it over with the fours. Would be an interesting bluff, but he will just give it on up. Queen Jack, that'd be a difficult call, but maybe Clicks could find it. Who knows? We won't get to find out. Playboy with an ace and a king in the small blind. Smaragd flock with 4 deuce. Facing a little bit more than 3x can just easily fold. Aurelio with an ace. 25 big blinds. Weird spot for them. They do just fold. Interesting stuff. Expect to see a raise, but as we start to, or as we've got 2 shorties now, Boundaroo and Alex, makes sense off 25 big blinds just to move along. Those 2 big blinds you could win by taking down the blinds are not worth it. The difference between 25 big blinds and 27 right now is not much. Darwin with an ace and a king, that's suited. European puts in the 3-bet with ace queen, could play call. Maybe he can get away from it facing an all-in. Darwin puts in the small 3-bet, okay. Or sorry, 4-bet. European with a tiny 3-bet. Ace queen, what do we do? Maybe European can find a fold. Ace queen though. European does find the fold. I was gonna say I think my idiot self might be all in a bit too much there. Facing a 4-bet. Ace queen feels super weak. It's not even suited. So vulnerable to everything. And then there's some weird, like, he wouldn't have king 5 suited or something. This isn't blind on blind. That's an early position raise. The 4-bet just looks so strong. Yeah, like, blind on blind battles are so different where it's like, if you face a 4-bet, it's like, well, you could just have fucking king 4-0. It's like, ace queen so much stronger. Early position raise that faces a 3-bet and comes in with a 4-bet. That's so different. Ace and a queen for playboy. It's suited. We'll just get it through. 72 big blinds, 5 million chips for them. Do Malika style. 28 bigs going for the raise with the queen 6 on the button. Gets it through. Uh-oh, Smarok is going to be in a little trouble here. Just play call. Early position raise under the gun. From the big stack, let's play call. How many aces are dead? Only 2. Oh. This is no good. Playboy can probably fold the 9s. Smarok's going to need to hit that ace. 1 outer. Nope, king on the river. I'm just thinking if, excuse me, if Smarok flats there, Alex jams for about 13 big blinds. Are we still calling it off with the ace queen? Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe we can find the fold. Maybe 3-bet price Smarok in. Do. Anyways. So one of our shorties, Alex, gets the full double up, putting Aurelio and Smarok in a pickle. And I mean, 30 big blind stacks aren't sitting too comfy either. As we see Calix put in a nice big bet on the turn here with a double gutter. And a queen or 8. Darwin with top pair and a fair kicker comes along. Everything misses on the river. This could be a huge pot going Darwin's way. Stack to pot ratio 1-1. Let's see the bluff. Clicks finally finds the check. Dang it. The jack 10 is weird where you block ace 10, ace jack. The hands that might call you down. You don't block diamonds. You do block some like weird like king jack, king 10 that'll fold. What does that matter? Click says I will just move along with my 40 big blinds. Don't get too crazy. 4-9 suited under the gun. We'll hit the muck. European with an ace and a 10. Aurelio, don't do it. Jack 3 suited in the big blind. Could come to along to a flop. Could hit the muck. Alex says we'll move along. Do. Malika style. Suited queen jack. Aurelio with the suited queen 10. 2 10s are already dead. And it'll just fold all the way through. How exciting. Playboy might play the 8-6 suited. Nope. Alex, a suited ace on the button. There we go. Calix, king 3 suited in the small blind. Does jam. Says Alex, go fuck yourself. Pretty rude by Calix. But in this game of cards, I suppose that doesn't matter. Uh-oh, Aurelio. Don't you dare do it. Early position raise from European. That seems pretty scary. I don't think folding's in the cards, but we can call. Calling is so stupid too. Aurelio does just fold. Well, nicely done, escaping danger with the tens there. Was not expecting a fold, but Aurelio thought it through, and European just so happened to have king king. Dook doo 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 doo. Smarrock flock with the queen queen. Collects with the 3-betting looking hand. King queen of hearts, very strong. We'll play call. 10-8-4 flop, no hearts for clicks. Dook doo doo doo. Smarrock flock with the queen queen. What do we do? Going for some value. Pretty big bet, 300k into about 500. 2 overs to the 10. Click says I will just fold. Dook-a-doo-doo, dook-a-doo-doo. Smarrock flock. Ace and a queen. Excuse me. No, European. 9-5 suited in the big will come along to the king 10-4 flop, 2 hearts. Smarrock flock with the gutter to the jack. We'll take it down on the flop with a very tiny bet. Boundaroo passes on king 10-0. Malika style in the cutoff. Ace queen. Ace and a queen. 30 big blinds. Getting it through. Taking down the blinds. Woot woot woot. Moving on along. 6 and a 9. Gonna find the fold. Darwin with a king and a jack. Aurelio with ace 10 suited could just jam this in. You don't want to bust out next, but let me tell you, ace 10 suited is way too strong to fold. Aurelio thinking, can I ever call here? You know what? I shouldn't say much about Aurelio. They find the nice folds with the pocket 10s, facing an early position raise. Dook-a-doo-doo, dook-a-doo-doo. Aurelio did take the spot with ace 10 suited though. 25 bigs for them. And now we got a king and a queen, eh? Kind of the same weird spot. It's not suited, so Aurelio says, I will just fold. Aurelio doing a nice job of thinking things through, tightening up an appropriate amount. Still taking the spot if it's presented. Boundaroo jams 6s. Alex folds 4s. That's good news for them. Dook 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 dook. Queen queen for Darwin. We're gonna do a little thinking with our 5-8. We're gonna do a little folding as Chappelle takes ace 7-0 again. I think we saw this earlier in the final table as well. Ace 7-0. 3-bet from the small blind. Darwin jams. What do? We got 1 million chips left. We put 400k out there. Just unfortunate timing. Darwin up to 60 bigs. Almost caught up to Playboy. Uh-oh. This is going to be a non-fun final table for the rest of the players. Playboy really wanted to build that chip advantage. Unfortunately, 4.6 million. Just done a good job of preserving their spot. Do-ga-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Boundaroo with king high. Won't do much. Checking it over. Ace and a queen still in the lead. The song is not very good, let me tell you. Darwin chops with all ace-x. That's a shame. Boundaroo with a king, so it doesn't matter. And it looks like we might just check this all the way down. Darwin will take 400k pot. Boop-a-doop-boop-boop, boop-a-doo-doo. Bunch of interesting looking hands, but I don't think too many are going to be played. King Jack, maybe? Nope, Smarrock Flock says no with King Jack O. Malika style in the big with Ace Queen O. What do we do? Could go all in. Could play call. King 5-3 flop. That's a pair for clicks. Stupid spot here. Malika style is gonna need only an ace. Runner runner 4 deuce also works. Runner runner jack 10 works. Runner runner king 5 works. Oh no 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 no. Do 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 do. Collects with the threes. There's so many draws out there. Ace on the river. That'll give Malik the lead back. Do do do. Front door flush gets there. 4 deuce gets there. See a very tiny bet. 170k into about 600. Do do do. Collects. Alright, what do we do? We got a spade. Do we want the spade? Oh, and he turns his 3 into a bluff here. Holy shit. Malika style's in a pickle. I don't know if this gets through, but I like the bluff from Kalix. Ace queen. Gonna be a tough fold, but Malika style does find it, and Kalix just steals the pot away from Malika. Doesn't want to call with the spade blocker and the pair of threes, says, but I can still bluff with this. Nicely done by Kalix. Pretty scary to rep the flush on a paired board. Well. Playboy with a gut shot to the 5 and 2 overs. Facing a lead from Darwin. Surely gonna play call. 6 on the turn. Weird spot. You'd expect Darwin to have some weird 8-9s, some 5s as draws. How many 6s lead out the flop though? Does 6-5 lead out flop? Maybe so. Go for a little protection. So you'd expect to see a lot of checking here from Darwin, I think. He's gonna have some like 6-5, maybe 6-8. But you'd expect a lot of pair of 7s. And then again, like the 8 or 5 straight draw that missed. Playboy says ace 8 doesn't look like a good call down here. So Darwin up in first place now. He would have been the pick. And it wouldn't have been an easy pick either. Ace and a queen in the big blind. We're all in. Just a matter of time. Malika style with the ace and the deuce. It's suited. We're facing a 3-bet. This is a 4-betting hand. There it is, a quick all in. Oh no, queen on the flop. That deads Malika. Hey, look, I love the all in. It just sucks that it's not gonna work out this time. European 52 bigs. We do finally get our first bust out. Malika style says, I don't really care about the money. I want the title. I want a scoop title. Don't we all? Darwin, ace and a 9. Raising it up, getting it through. Everybody fold, hurry on up. Moving along, eventually. Aurelio. Ace and a jack for Kalix. Bountaroo with the 6, 8, 7 blinds. I don't know why I thought he was going to do something, but I sure thought he was. Playboy with ace king suited in the small blind. Kalix is going to think, oh, Playboy. I haven't heard from you too much, but I was expecting it. Could go to a flop. Hopefully Kalix doesn't get crazy here. I don't think we're ever going to jam with 40 bigs. It seems like it's just way too much. Kalix does come along to a flop. Queen 8-3, only 1 spade. 1 spade for Kalix, 1 club for Playboy. Queen is a weird board. You hate to see the queen high board with ace king. You're still ahead of some bullshit though. Oh, jack on the turn. That changes things. Playboy with a straight draw to a 10. Could still hit a king to make a better pair. Checking it on the turn there. Hard to bet with ace jack here. Still puts out 420k. 2.2 million chips in the pot, and he's only got 2 million in total. Ace King is probably gonna have to find the fold. Another nice pot by collects, just like that. Who else did they take a pot from? Feels like they took a pot away from somebody. Was it Malika style with the Queen 3 facing Ace Queen with making top pair on the river? Collects puts in the re-raise. And this time round making a pair of jacks versus Ace King. I mean, you can't even call that running great, you know? It's a queen high board and you have a pair of jacks. You go for some thin value and a little bit of protection on the turn. That's just a good bet. Nice bluff on the river with the Queen 3 facing Malika style. That's just good cards by Calix. Playboy down to 38 big blinds. I didn't even realize this, but their Playboy and Bountaroo both have the exact same picture of the DTO poker training. Do 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 do. I think, what the fuck is DTO stand for? I think I have an app on my phone, which isn't near me, so I don't know. Aurelio with a king and a 10. It's suited 20 big blinds under the gun. Min raise. There it is. Alex, 3 bets, not all in with Ace King, but he only has 3.6 big blinds behind. This looks pretty damn strong. Aurelio's getting a fair price though. Oh, does find the fold. Nicely done. Do. Playboy under the gun. Ace and a 7. Raising it up. Weird spot for pocket sixes. Could jam, could call, could fold even. Folding feels weird. Calling feels weird. 4-4-4 flop. Can't ask for much more from pocket sixes. Do. Whew. 10 on the turn. No diamonds for Playboy. Still got 2 overs to the pair of sixes. Do. And the four of a kind draw as well. 7 will do. Poor Aurelio, eh? Do. That 7 just looks non-scary too. So Aurelio is thinking about going for value even? A little protection? Try to get called by the old Ace King? Ace Queen? One time, dealer. Give him Ace King. Call. Pair 7. Sizing up a raise here, but we'll just play call. Do. European, this is rude. This is ridiculous. Jack 3-0 on the button. Well. Playboy defends the old Ace 10. Top pair for European. Open-ended straight draw with the backdoor flush draw for Playboy. Facing a small bet on the flop. Making a pair of 10s on the turn. That's a horrific card for what we've got. It's interesting for everybody's range. Do. Who knows what to do with Jack 3 here? Jack 3 goes for the check. 3 on the river. Ace and a 10. I don't think we're turning into a bluff. European. I don't know if we can go for value here. Jack 3, eh? You lose to any queen, any 7, and spades. Do. Very thin value bet on the river here. Playboy in the tank. If this gets called, this is just a beautiful value bet. I mean, even if it doesn't get called, it's still a pretty nice value bet. Just very thin. Alex with jacks. Calix with Ace King suited. Hopefully he plays raise. There it is. 420k Smarrock. Hopefully can find the fold with Ace Queen. Aurelio with pocket 9s. What the hell is going on here, Poker Stars? Find the fold, Smarrock. This is no good. This is dangerous. This is bad news. Find the fold. No! No! No, 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 no. Alex folds the jacks. Oh no, ace queen has just been dirty this final table. I was gonna say Calix is never folding. If Smaragd finds a way to fold, that would be pretty awesome. Oh my lord, he just does. Yeah. Cold 4 from the big blind. Putting in 700k out of 1.7 mil. Smaragd says, Jesus. Bound to rule with pocket 8s will be flipping here. What the hell's that emoji? Oh, ice cubes? Cold deck? That makes sense. Calix will stick it in here. Could need that 10. Oh, a 6 or a jack, that would have done. Smaragd says that might have been the dumbest thing I've ever done or the smartest. It's somewhere in the middle where it's like ace queen suited. You don't want to just open fold from the small blind. But if you're going to raise fold, at least he made the nice fold on the river, so it is kind of the smartest. If he jammed, he would just be out of the tournament. Wouldn't have made that bound to rue ladder. And it's like, well, okay, if you're in the big blind, do you want to have some bluffs there? It is weird, right? It's like, how many bluffs do you need to have off 20 big blinds facing a 3-bet from under the gun +1? You don't need many bluffs, so it's a weird spot. You could just say, I'll never bluff here, and fold the ace-queen pre. But if you want to have a bluff, ace-queen suited seems like the hand you want to have for the cold 4-bet. So Smaragd, unfortunately down to 13 big blinds, made 2 ladders. We weren't expecting to see Malika style bust, but it happened. European with a flush draw and a straight draw. And a couple overs. Pretty good deal for them. Surprised we didn't see a bet on the flop. Comes in on the turn. Overbet even. Queen 10 will fold. Playboy says, wow, great job, buddy. Way to go. Check back the flop, overbet the turn, you fool. Calix with an ace and a 6. 71 bigs. First place position. So I gotta say, I wasn't expecting to see the final table play out this way. Calix has done a great job, and maybe I need to put a little bit more respect on their name going forward. Keeping up with Darwin and European, and actually ahead of them. I think right from the get-go, European and Darwin both had difficult positions to play from. But a combination of good cards and playing well, it's hard to beat. Jacks versus Smaragd. Play call for whatever reason. Feels like a jam with the jacks, but play call. He's got 10-4. Smaragd with another hand. Ace and a king. Aurelio. 9 big blinds. Do we stick in 7s? We did not want to see European raise here. He's got 10-8, so he's obviously going to do it super wide. The thing is, European might be priced in to call. Smaragd is going to have a hard time folding ace-king. This just might be a get-in. If he loses it, it's very unfortunate. No ace or king. Oh no, now he's in last place. Shit! Aurelio up to 22. Smaragd, king jack on the button. 6 bigs will stick it in and get it through. Now up to 9. Nothing you can do there with the ace king. You just hope to win the bloated pot. Europeans 9s will get no action. What's going on? Couple of king highs in the big blind and small blind. 2 big stacks. We'll see what they do. Darwin limps. Okay. European obliges. Pair 5 for Darwin. Leads out small. If European comes along, this is a very nice value bet. King on the turn, that's pretty dirty. Both players making a pair. Darwin with 2 pair. Do. Betting pot. I think we could eventually get away from the King 3 here. We'll see when European ditches it. That's a big bet on the turn. European comes along, Jack of Hearts on the river, 1-liner to a queen, 3 hearts out there. Pretty stupid spot. I suppose if European turns his pair into a bluff, could work. You would have to bet quite large. No, he will just check down queen 3. And we're moving along. Somebody's throwing an emoji at clicks. Alex ripping in the ace queen. Aurelio not gonna call it off here. Ace and a queen for small rock. I don't think Playboy's gonna call it off here with 5-5. I've been wrong before. It's only 5.5 more blinds to go. He does make the call. Queen on the flop. Gonna need a 5 or 3. Nope, that's a full double up for Smaragd. What do we do here with 7s? Hopefully European plays call, so Smaragd can escape danger. 7s calling off here is pretty bad, I think. Too much of your chips, 8 blinds. Jack on the flop, that's pretty dirty. No queen or 10 for Chappelle. Alex busting 7th. Pretty rude, Poker Stars. Pretty rude. Alex playing off the short stack has done a great job of just surviving. Oh, don't get too crazy, Good. Clicks gets a walk with the Jack. Aurelio, Ace King O. What do we do? 15 blinds. We're facing an early position raise. We're all in. European, which is King 4. Cannot call. Walk for European. So European's pretty well tied up with clicks now. That's kind of interesting. Playboy, unfortunately, down to 18 big blinds. Tied for 3rd last. Or 2nd last, whichever way you want to look at it. European getting aggressive with 9-4. We'll face an all-in from Aurelio. Things are going to get fun now. We've got our 3 shorties and our 3 big stacks. The 3 big stacks are going to be putting the pressure on our shorties. And there might even be a little bit of war going on between the big stacks. That'll be fun to see. Let's see if a dynamic will brew. 8-6 suited for European. Raise it up. Probably going to get it through. Queen 8 suited is pretty, but not from the small blind. Smaragd with 6-3 says, let's move along, Poker Stars. Is this just a walk? Just a walk. Maybe Smaragd limps? Nope, just a fold. 6-6, eh? Will be weird for Darwin. Might feel like calling it off here with King Queen. Smaragd isn't feeling the old ICM pressure. Darwin smacks a queen. No 6. Smaragd is out in 5th. Or 6th, my bad. We're down to 5. Darwin back in 1st place. 64 bigs after knocking out Smaragd. Playboy off the short 15 big blind stack will open 10-9 suited. Darwin racing up the ace-8. Very interesting play here. Pretty well pricing out Playboy. Super small bet. So Playboy does actually come along. Queen high board. What the hell do we do here with 10 high? What do we do here with ace high? Out of position. Darwin puts in a... just so small. It's like 10% and Playboy can't come along. Nice pot by Darwin there to put the raise in pre-flop. Wowie wee wah. European with kings. Might get a call from the 2-4. Might just move along too. Aurelio does find the fold. Deuces in the big. European with Jack 10. We'll just rip it in. For 20 big blinds effective. Jack 3 in the muck. And the deuces in the muck. European in the cutoff, raising up 10-9. Playboy in the small blind, let's go with the king jack. Collects with king jack suited will come along, making the pair of kings. European 10 high with the backdoor flush, backdoor straight. Let's put in a bet. Very small. Collects could always raise, but they play call. Queen of clubs on the turn. The 9 and 10 is so weird with these flush blockers. The flush draw blockers. You might prefer a jack over a 9. You might prefer an ace over the 10 or 9. Big bomb by European. Ace on the river. This is weird. Both players blocking jack 10. Clicks, checks it over to European. See, like now, ace on the river is a great card for your range, but do you want to bomb away with these flush draw blockers? But European says bombs away, and Calix is in a pickle. This is just a great bluff by European. Doesn't overbet, doesn't get too crazy, just putting 1.6 million into 2.1. Calix thinking it over with the pair and the straight blocker. He does eventually land on call. Huge pot going Calix's way. I mean, European's done great the whole final table. Darwin's done great, but Calix is really beasting. Nobody's beasting quite like Calix. And I mean, like, look at the final table. Again, just freaking stacked. And Calix says, I'm gonna run this thing. You love to see it. There's nothing more fun than watching somebody run a final table. And it only gets cooler when you don't expect it to happen. No. Jack 6 flop, a pair of 6s for Calix. Backdoor flush, backdoor straight, 2 overs for European. Very small bet, we're gonna come along. 6 on the turn. Gonna get hard to get paid here. Calix, we'll just check it back. Are we chopping the pot? We're chopping the pot. This is silly, Poker Stars. Ridiculous jack on the river. Overbet by European. This is hilarious. Jam, Calix. Jam. Oh, Calix just finds the fold. This is hilarious. You lose the quads. Calix blocks 6-6. And then I guess there's other pairs like 8s, 9s, 10s. Will they overbet on the river there? Calix says maybe so. You don't really want to call off for a chop, so I mean the pricing was great by European there. What the heck? Funny bet on the river. As Darwin makes a pair of kings. Nothing happening for Calix. Out of position will be an easy check fold. Darwin with a king and a jack. So Playboy started things off as their big stack. Unfortunately, I'll say it again, just completely card dead. I don't think they did anything wrong either. They might have lost a pot or two, but just kind of seemed like those other shorties, Darwin and European, they were just going to pick up chips non-stop. Then we lost a few shorties. And now we're here, 5-handed. Aurelio hanging on in there in 4th place. Done a good job of laddering up. Not flush draw for Darwin. That's pretty interesting. European with a pair of queens and the club blocker. Might go for some value here. Does just check it back. That's the nuts for Darwin. European with the second nut flush draw. Sneaky check by Darwin on the turn here. King on the river. Things are not that interesting for queens no more. I mean, I wonder, blocking queen jack, blocking the flush, does he ever turn it into a bluff? Does seem like the type to do it. Would be bad timing, but European could still do it. I don't think we're thinking about calling. It's super small. This looks like some sort of value bet. What misses? Some sort of 4-6 with a club? Don't see too many straight draws that missed. Nonetheless, European will find a fold with the pair of queens. Playboy takes ace 4-0. Darwin thinking about it with fives. He comes along. Playboy's gonna need an ace bang right on the flop. No straight, no set for Darwin. Playboy up to 19 blinds. Gets pocket queens. Just like that, they're right back in this thing. King jack, I don't think we're paying from the small blind. Darwin thinking about coming along with threes on the button, but says no. King jack, eh? Oh, puts in the tiny 3-bet. Alrighty, Roo. Wasn't expecting this. Playboy. I don't think calling is all that fun here. This is just an all-in. 25 blinds for Playboy. Just like that. Almost caught up to European. And back in front of Aurelio. Ace queen for Darwin. European with kings. Quite the cooler setup here. What do we do? 3-bet. Oh! 3-bet does not come in from the kings. European's going to a flop. Aurelio, ace 2 suited, just lets it go. 9-6-3. Pretty safe for king. Ace queen doesn't have a pair, just gonna check it over. Don't expect to see too much calling from European out of the cutoff. It's a weird spot for ace queen. You'd imagine a lot of pocket pairs, maybe some weaker ace x with the backdoor flush draws. Spade comes in on the turn. The ace of spades is a weird card to have. You block, say, ace 5 of spades, ace 7 of spades, ace 8 of spades. European puts in a big bet on the turn, about 75%, and gets it on through. King in 4, 3.5x. Darwin with a suited 9 just lets it go. Collects with the pocket pair again. Raising it up and getting it through. We're moving along. Darwin, 8 and a 9, my bad. On the button, raising it up. Aurelio with the suited jack in the big blind. Might eventually find the fold. It is kind of weird. You're getting to the point where you are going to start to go to the flop. You are going to try to stop and go, or check raise all in. Not going to be the flop for jack 4 though. Darwin, open-ended straight draw, will check it back. Interesting. Doesn't want to get check raised off his equity. See a queen on the turn. This looks to be Darwin's pot at some point whenever they want it. Maybe on the turn? Nope. Just let you pair your jack on the river. Darwin makes a straight. Aurelio is like, maybe I can go for some value here. Is there value to be had? Clubs get there. 8-9 gets there. Ace-King gets there. King-9 gets there. Queen-Jack is a full house. Queen-10's a full house. Darwin might have Queen-7 as well. The pair of jacks goes for a very thin value bet on the river here. Paired board. Who knows what to do with the 8-9? I would like to see a raise, but I don't even know if you're going to get paid by worse. Pretty stupid spot. He does stick in the raise. Aurelio now in a pickle with a pair of jacks. Thinking it over, making a fold. Hey, dear.
Hey.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. You want to head out soon?
Oh.
It's supposed to rain and snow, and it's been changing quite a bit, and so I'd rather just get the drive done with.
Yeah, we could look to take off soon.
I have meetings at 1 and 2, from 1 to 3. I can pop in, like if
I drove, would that make it easier?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, we can just wait till you get your meetings done, so we don't have to rush, and then I can drive.
Oh, you mean like, okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so we aren't rushing.
Yeah, I'm just nervous.
About the weather?
Freezing rain. So, like, we'll just have to be really careful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be nice and safe.
Cool.
Ba-do. Collects with a pair of 7s. Darwin with king high. What you gonna do? Blocking the straight. Checking it down. Queen pairs the board. What happened here? 760k in the pot somehow. Probably a bet on the flop or something like this. And we check it on down. And we're moving along. Aurelio, 9 blinds with the ace high. Ripping it in, getting it through. Aurelio defends the 5-9 suited here, trying to flop something. 600k out there, about 1,000,000 chips behind. Collects with the pair of 6s, and the backdoor flush will go for some value. Very tiny 100k into the 600k pot. Nothing Aurelio can do, of course, though. Ace and a deuce, raising it up. Second place position for Darwin. We'll just get that through. Aurelio with an ace and a queen. Raise it up, all in. Collects jack and a 10 in the big blind. Would have only been about 6 blinds to call, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it there. European king jack suited under the gun. Unfortunately down to 27 bigs. Still in third place though. Darwin makes bottom pair. Straight draw to a 5. Pretty weird spot. Darwin leading on out again. Okay. European sees a very tiny bet. 2 overs. We'll just let it go. Playboy, let's go queen jack from the cutoff. Collects will bump up 980 and get it through. Clicks with 9-9. Another raise. Another get through. Everybody fold. Moving along. Hurry up. Always gonna do the stop and go. Not quite yet. 8 blinds for Aurelio. 14 for Playboy. Interesting. Move along, Aurelio. Darwin's pot. Do 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 do. Let's go of ace-7. That's interesting. European won't fold the ace-5 suited. Playboy with pocket queen or kings. Do 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 do. All in dealer. Eventually. Quick fold from the ace-5, and just like that, Playboy is right back in this thing. Just a few chips behind European. Queen jack suited for Aurelio does rip it in. Getting it through. Collects 6-7, raise it up. European with a small pocket pair could jam, could play call, could fold. Does the all in. I suppose European's way too aggressive to find the fold there. It is kind of cool to see an aggressive player in third place position here, because usually we see third and second tighten on up until Aurelio and Playboy bust. But Darwin is saying, hey Calix, I see you building that stack over there. I'm not going to just let you get away with things super easy. European. Ace and a queen. It's suited. Probably not going to get to go to a flop here though. King deuce for Playboy. Don't you dare jam. Oh, he puts in the small 3-bet. Okay, that's much better than jamming. European's been opening fairly wide. Or more so frequently. Not wide, but frequent. So Playboy says, hey, it seems like your frequencies are off, buddy. Let me use this king deuce here. European is in a pickle. Not too sure how to go about things, but does eventually find the all-in. It was a nice try by Playboy, making ace-queen think hard. Aurelio, 8 blinds and a pocket pair on the button. Looks like an all-in, but you might just fold and move along. It's pretty important for Aurelio to get a few more blinds to get ahead of Playboy, but deuces might just be a bit too wide. Collects with the 7 and a 5, raising it up. Darwin defends 9-6 suited, makes a pair of 9s. Interesting. Collects with the backdoor straight draw, blocking the flush draw. 7 high though, that's no good. Darwin calls 7 on the turn. Collects can slow down now. Could always fire another protection bet too, but that's much less likely. 1.4 million out there. Darwin puts about 500k more to go. Collects with a call. 9 on the river. Oh boy, everything misses. All the straight draws, all the flush draws. Clicks with a pair of 7s. Obviously loses to a king and 9. Darwin. 3 of a kind. What size do we go? I thought it was going to be closer to pot, but Darwin says 1.3 million. Can't see Calix turning the pair of 7s into a bluff here. Blocking ace-5 of clubs, probably pretty bad. 5-6 of clubs. Nice fold on the river there by Calix. Darwin picks off a nice pot. Pretty well ties himself up with the first place position. European and the big blind. Might not even get to see a flop with the queen 8. Nope. Darwin puts in the 3-bet. Establishing first place position. European, ace and a 10. 8 big blinds, let's go all in. 5-4 suited is in a weird spot where it's going to have good equity against most hands, but you're never ever dominating. 5-4 in the muck. Calix, ace jack. Raising it up. Playboy with king 10-0 in the big blind. Could do a stop and go. Flop into king. Maybe it's a little bit too much for stop and go, but can still get the check raise in on the flop. You don't need to, but with that being said, stack the pot ratio is very small. Whatever the number is. Playboy leads on out on the turn. Ace Jack could be good here. Playboy's kings hold up. Do. All in, dealer. Does the ace high call? Nope, Calix does just move along. Nicely done by Calix. Lots of draws missed. Calix says ace high is no good. So looking at the chip stacks, Darwin, first place with 70, Calix 57. He's done a great job of accumulating, and then after losing a few pots, preserving chips. European in third still with 28. Things have been a little bit swingy for them. Had a big stack, lost a pot or two off of Darwin. Still in there. 3.3 million chips, plenty of wiggle room for them. Playboy with 20 big blinds. Then our last place position, Aurelio with 6. Unfortunately for them, they just haven't had the cards. Not getting paid when they do have the cards. Blinding on down. Looking to leave in 5th place after getting a few ladders. It's not a bad day's work for Aurelio. 6-7 with an open-ended straight draw here. We'll just let it go on the turn. Aurelio might take some weird raggedy King X hand at some point. Not this time. Calix's ace high will get it done. And another ace for Calix. Aurelio queen 10-0 could stick it in, could stop and go. What do we do? Place call, queen on the flop, ace high board though. Flush draw out there. Aurelio checks. Weird situation here. Calix sticks it all in. Gonna be hard to fold the pair queens here. Gonna need a queen or 10. 10 will do. 10 will do. Oh, the 2 pair on the river. No. The 6 counterfeits the 2 pair. Oh no. Calix gets the knockout in a non-knockout tournament. Aurelio smacking 2 pair on the turn. I didn't even think about it for a second. That 6 seemed like such a brick. Dang. So Calix back in first place. 70 bigs where they belong. European with 8-9 suited. We'll just let it go. Okay. So we see an adjustment. Boop. Do. 6-7 with a straight draw. Might go for a bet. King 7 just lets it go. Blind on blind. Darwin with a suited jack. European with a suited king. This is interesting. Nice big sizing. A little bit more than 3x. Right around 3.5x for Darwin. European comes along, making top pair. Who knows what to do with the jack 5 here with no backdoor flush. With a backdoor straight, Darwin will lead on out. Very small size. 9 on the turn. Clubs get there. Queen jack gets there. Providing there's no queen, European's got this pot. Providing European doesn't also fold. 8 of hearts on the river. I don't think we're folding a king 7 here. Darwin won't fire, so we won't ever know. Three-quarter pot on the river, and Darwin folds. pretty weird happening here. Top pair for Playboy goes for a check raise on the flop. Darwin as well with the top pair. The slightly better kicker, both of them with straight outs. Playboy a 5, or no, my bad. A deuce or a 7. Darwin with a 6. Does the 7 still play here? 3s and 5s and a queen kicker. So we're chopping it up. Do 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 do. Boom boom. Ace and a 4 for European, raising it on the button. King king 3 flop. Only 1 diamond. 7 high isn't coming along, so we're moving along. Playboy 5 and a 6 on the button. Let's go. Clicks with a suited jack 8 in the small blind. Will limp. Do do. Darwin with ace 8 says get on out of here. Click says I'm coming along though. I'm coming along. Queen 3 deuce flop. No diamonds. No straight draw for clicks. Are you serious? Runner 9-10, I suppose. But we aren't going to get to see any of that. Darwin ties things back up with clicks. 65 blinds apiece. European coming along with 4-5 suited and making a pair of 4s. Backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Looks like it's going to be too much for them to fold on the flop. Do 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 do. European eventually makes the call, a 6 on the turn. Both players with a straight draw to a 8. European with a few more outs with the 3 as well. Collects a jack, eh? 8-9 was already a straight. What the hell do you do with a pair of 4s here, though? I imagine check call or check fold. Check folding probably more likely. All in? Are you serious? What the fuck? Collects with just king high. 3.5x over bet the river. European will take the pot down. What in the world? Was not expecting that. Check call or check fold? No, 3.5x over bet. Alrighty, European. Playboy's 7 deuce in the lead for the time being. A6 with a 2-pair draw, 3-pair draw, or 3 of a kind draw. 7. Playboy sitting comfy, locking up the board. Duke do 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 do. Fairly chunky bet there, but European will just fold the a6. Nicely done. Gonna move along. 17 bigs, ace deuce. Feels like an all-in. Playboy jams. Do 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 do. 5 and a 3, limping it in. Probably should just move along. It's gonna be difficult to play against Darwin out of position. Queen 6-6 flop will stab. If we can get 10-8 to fold, then what the hell am I talking about? 10-8 comes along. See, this is what I mean. Are you really trying to go to war against Darwin? He's calling you with 10-8 with the backdoor straight, backdoor flush draw. Kalix checks it over to him. Darwin doesn't need to bluff, but I wouldn't be surprised. 8 on the river. One hell of a call on the flop. Oh boy, are we gonna get some river value too with an 8? Oh, and Darwin quickly calls, yeah. That's what I kind of mean. Just fold the 5-3. Don't try to get tricky against Darwin. Not right now. 8-8 for Kalix. Darwin with 10-9 suited in the small blind will put in the 3-bet. 8s could jam, 8s could call, 8s could fold. I think folding's the worst. Calling seems reasonable. Ace high board. No spades for Darwin. What do we do here? Very small bet. Not going to get the eights to fold just quite yet. 9 on the turn, giving Darwin the lead. Clicks has plenty of outs with the clubs though. Club or an 8. Check from Darwin. Don't imagine we're seeing 8s starting to bet here now. Might want some protection versus overcards. Check, check on the turn. 3.2 million out there, that's a lot. Darwin has the best of it for now, as there's no more cards to come out. So it's all Darwin's. 10 million chips. Collects down to 5. European at about 4. 2.5 for Playboy. I see a 6 and a 9. Oh, 6 and a 9 in the muck. Darwin's Queen 4 will take it. Queen Jack for European. Ace Jack for Playboy. King Queen for clicks. Playboy jams. European will quickly fold. Nothing too exciting there. Blind on blind. Darwin will go for big 3.5x pre. Interesting. Put the pressure on European. Ace and a 5. 25 big blinds effective. Just rips it in. Oh no. And Calix is down to 33. We might just start to see jams, but Darwin will use the small raise this time. Playboy Ace Queen will jam. Calix will fold. What do we do with King Queen? Hopefully he finds the fold. Looking to be a full double up for Playboy if there's a call. Darwin escapes the danger. European King Jack raising it up. Darwin with 8s could jam, could call. Don't think we're ever folding. All in comes in and European folds King Jack. Darwin just cleaning up all the equity there. European in last place now. Playboy's done a good job of surviving. Had the short stack for quite a while. Ace and a 5. Letting it go in the small blind. European 970 in the big. Will come along. Ace King Deuce flop. Queen Jack with a straight draw. European with 9 high. Surely we find the fold. Playboy is in 3rd place now. Just like that. 9-6 suited. Raising it up. 8-7 suited for Playboy. Surely we go to a flop. All in. Holy shit. Getting Darwin with the better spades to fold. So Playboy isn't afraid at all either. Kind of just like European once. While European was in 3rd, they didn't really give a shit about the pay jump. They said, I want to fight for 1st place. Playboy isn't too far behind Calix. And he's going to take down a nice pot here too. Providing there's no folding going on. Ace, high board. Calix goes for a stab. Does block the flush draw. King giving Queen 10 the nut straight. Wow. Calix could bomb away and get the job done, I think. If I see Queen Deuce here, I say I'm bombing on the turn. Any club I continue to bomb. I wonder if it's some brick do we continue to bomb. We'll see. It's the 9 of spades. So clubs don't get there. Queen 10 is the nuts. Playboy with top pair and the nut blocker. Who knows what to do here? Calix, this would be a huge bluff. It's a huge pot already. 3 million chips out there. Calix does just check it down. So Playboy in 2nd place now. After surviving off the short stack, they were in 4th. They were down to pennies. Under 10 big blinds at one point. Darwin takes the deuces for 17, maybe 19 big blinds. Getting it through. 7-4-0 for 17. Rip it. No, he just folds this time. Okay. I was a little bit too ambitious there with the old suggestion for a jam. I just know what's going to happen. Maybe not now that Playboy has 37 blinds. But it just seems like a spot where like Darwin doesn't want to raise call with King 9 suited. Maybe 40 bigs is again just too many. So he's going to still use the small raise pre. Collects. We'll just fold there. Walk for Darwin's King High. Ace 10 for Playboy, raising it up. What do we do with Jack 8 in the big? Could defend, could just let it go. Raising would be weird. European just folds. 16 blinds. 8-7 suited in the small blind. Gonna face a raise from Darwin. Could jam, but that feels way too weak, doesn't it, with the 8-7. Don't want to be jamming there with 8 high. Ace and a jack for clicks. It is a very sneaky limp. Won't get the raise out of Darwin this time. Checking it over though. Still giving Darwin the opportunity to fire away. Ah, come on, Poker Stars. Pair of threes instead. Ace Jack looks to be good here frequently. 142,000 more to go. 5 on the river. Completing spades. 4-6. Ace 4. Darwin will just check and win. 12 million chips and moving along. 5-10 suited for about 16 blinds. We'll just rip it in. Queen 10. Again, like these spots get so weird where Playboy isn't going to be able to call off all that wide. He's just looking to make second place. It's about $75,000. Is that true? $65,000. My bad. If Playboy lasts till second place, that is, they make $65,000. European jamming the ace jack. Clicks thinking about it with ace 8. This might be a few too many chips to call off. If you get the ladder, though, that's pretty important. So Click says, let's go bounty hunting. 8 on the turn, that'll do. That will do. European is dead. Calix makes a $30,000 pay jump for that. And gives himself a fighting chance for second or even first place. Because, like, say Darwin knocks out European, he picks up another 15 blinds or so. He's up to 100, and he only has to fight for about 50 left. Whereas in this case, Calix on 30, Playboy on 35. Either one of them is just a double up through Darwin away from first place. 3 of a kind for Darwin. Calix coming along with the ace high. Darwin makes a boat on the river. 1 million chips in the pot. $1.3 million to go. Ace high. Thinking about making the call. This would be one hell of a hero call. Diamonds miss. Very few straight draws. None exist. So the ace high does find the call down and sees the bad news. Dang, huge pot. So Calix did knock out European, but we're pretty well in the same situation had Darwin knocked out European. Calix at 16 blinds. This is not a good spot for them. Darwin taking King Jack, getting King Jack to fold. Yeah, and just like this, Darwin is just going to rip, not let Playboy see a flop. Make Calix make a decision. Ace 10 will jam. Could use a non-all-in sizing too. Yeah, he goes 428k. That'll get the job done. Darwin with a 5 and a 6. We'll use, what is this, like 3x? Do 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 do. Playboy. Playboy jamming. Collects with a king jack suited. He gets it in. Playboy needs a queen or just a queen. 10? Nope. Clicks will get the full double up, and Playboy and Clicks trade positions. But does this get all in? Ace Jack limps. Darwin raises. 490k. What do we do with the Ace Jack? I like a jam. There's the jam. Clicks. Oh my lord. Ace on the flop. Diamond would do. Diamond will do. Whoo, huge pot going for Darwin. 60 blind pot. Playboy hanging in there with 15. Uh-oh, this looks to be Darwin's pot, or Darwin's game. My bad. 10-7-7 flop, 2 clubs. Playboy with 6 deuce. Quick fold. Darwin's 6-3 will get the job done. So Playboy started this thing off as our big stack. Darwin, a middling stack, done a great job of surviving. Picked up a few pots where he needed to. I like this from Playboy. Fire away with your 7-8. 6 on the turn. Maybe we slow down now. Do. I mean, you got 8 high. It's just a 0 equity bluff, so it kind of sucks. Do. You could fire away on diamonds, though. 8. I think that's just a check now. We'll see what Playboy thinks. Maybe try to get called by ace high. Oh no, he does go for value, and he's going to see the bad news. 6 blinds left. Do we get jack 4 all in? Ah, shit. 5 big blind heads up poker. I don't know what to do. Jack 4 suited. Seems like it's real close. Oh, he's going to need a 4 hearts. Oh no. Darwin will get the W. Finally comes to an end. I'll quickly just scoot back to the beginning to see what the hell happened. How were things starting? Malika style with the big ace deuce or ace 3 suited rip versus European. Kind of surprised to see Malika style the first one to bust. I mean, the thing is, we're all above 20 bigs, so nobody's a real shorty. Playboy with the big stack, obviously, as we see with the first hand. They get the opportunity to be rude. Starting things off with 81 bigs. He did get second place, right? So it's like nothing you can do about that on a stacked final table. Like, this is just anybody's game. Getting second place, starting in first, that's a pretty good showing for Playboy. Darwin obviously getting the W. You love to see it. Ah, nice little battle here.